Nice. We're back in.
All right.
Dr. Power accident.
DR.
Why is it DR?
It's not doctor.
It's doctor.
I don't know why we call it an accident. I think that was a properly executed move.
Well, it's when you slip later. All right, so this thing is self-powered. Obviously, Cody's just slapping the left lever there, and it's going forward. He'll be utilizing that later. This is Cody's property. He has 8 acres on the hill. And we are now clearing out the gully. Cody thinks he's going to put a nice dam over here, and it's going to fill up and make it into a pond potentially, but right now we're just trying to get it cleared out.
Yeah. Yeah, I was feathering out the options there, trying to get people staked. Jake was not a big proponent of the pond I want to build. Basically said it's impossible. So maybe I'll just clear it out and not do the pond. Apparently my blocking idea, my dam idea was not a good one.
Okay, I see your posture here is pretty hunched over. Is that...
See, that's called scoliosis. I had that from a kid, so it's kind of a sore subject for me. But yeah, I try to work through it, and you can see I'm still able to do things even with my severe scoliosis that I have.
Severe idiot. It's pretty, Dad was complaining too. He said it was too low to actually operate, but it looks like it's doing pretty good here. And there's a dish down there.
But the problem is you got to put weight on the handlebars to give it traction, otherwise it doesn't really go anywhere, especially up the steep slope that I have.
It looks pretty nimble. How do you go forward and reverse? Is there a lever up top?
There's a little lever, a little gear shift lever. You can see me flicking it. But yeah, it has 4 forward gears and then it has a reverse gear. So the transmission's actually pretty smooth. It's the other option that they have is a billy goat, and this is the DR Power. So the billy goat's hydrostatic, where this one is just a geared system. But honestly, the geared system's probably the way to go, just because you get more power out of the engine that it has, and it's easy enough to operate.
You're going through a good amount of vines and stuff there. The mission of the day was to get rid of all this honeysuckle that Cody had down the creek, and we dropped a couple of black locust trees, and he has a lot of Osage orange. Don't want the stupid spikes on it, so we're getting rid of a lot of those. And what's Clay doing? Oh yeah, Clay's being an idiot up top.
So that's my truck up there, and we just put a new tow receiver on it. The old one rusted out, so that's another thing we did today.
Same rating though?
It's class 4 instead of class 3. So the OEM one that I took off was like 20 pounds. The new one is 50 pounds. So it's definitely a heavier duty hitch. Some reason the new one only used 6 bolts instead of 8 bolts like the OEM. So
Also
I kind of feel like the bolts are going to be the failure point anyway. So I don't really know if class 4 means class 4, but I know we'll rock and see what happens.
This thing's kind of doing a good job mulching. You can see it articulate there, so it can go over uneven surfaces.
So
nice.
The newer DR Power, it only has a front opening. It doesn't have the side chute. So the front one does even better, or the newer one does a better mulching than this older style that I have here.
What's the diameter that you can go through?
I forget what the actual spec is, but I feel like I ran through an 1 to 2 inch tree, and it'll cut it. It's kind of hard on it, but you can definitely push over. Like, if you can get it over the tree, they'll probably cut it. It's just trying to bend the tree so the blades actually hit it. But it does pretty good for like thorns and stuff like that.
Yeah, if you're trying to get between trees and you're big, if you have an actual bush hog and you can't get close to the trees, this helps out. And you can probably do some pretty good trails too. Oh yeah, quick drive by here. It looks nice.
I think it's more of a maintenance type of piece of equipment, but what we're using it for, it works all right.
I think you try to take down one of these big trees here. Hold up.
I'm getting pretty good at operating the little
Yeah,
lever there. It's pretty quick from going from forward to back.
It's a pretty big tree jumped over there. That's probably about 1.5 inches. Are you wearing dress shoes?
I think those are Crocs I'm wearing.
All right. Oh, look at spill. Oh, geez. Runaway tractor.
Yeah. So that was probably like a 1.5 inch tree that ran over there. So the problem is you hit the tree and then it wants to tilt it upward, and then at that point you have to just keep going with it and try to get the blades to hit the tree.
That looks good. All right, let's see what you have to say live here in a second. that?
Tray.
It's pretty cool. Well, what you got here, Cody? Dr. All-Terrain Mower.
Got a Dr. Power. I think it's probably like a 2007. It's not, definitely not a newer model. The newer ones have basically like some kind of oil thing where if you go on an off-canter slope, the oil stays in the motor. But with this one, if you stay on an incline too long, the oil seeps to one side and it gets it messed up.
Is there anything wrong with this one right now? Anything that needs to be
It
improved?
works pretty good. The brakes are not working on it, so when you get downhill, basically free wheels. The newer ones actually have posi track, which would definitely be helpful.
That's cool.
This one, you kind of got to use the weight of the handles to kind of keep it going in a straight line. If you're not going straight up a hill and you're going like on a slight slope, it'll freewheel to one side. You got to kind of fight to keep it going straight.
Gotcha. Here, lift that thing up and watch it swivel.
But yeah, it's made to take different attachments. So you have this attachment. It has like a finish motor attachment. When you go over slopes, it'll articulate.
And what's the cutting width?
I think it's only like 30 inches, 36 inches.
Do you know what size stuff it's rated for?
Probably, I think they say like 1 inch, but
Yeah.
do like 2-inch stuff.
Yeah, I think this, get back to the one. Got myself.
Take down little trees.
Yeah, I mean, that's a pretty good size on here. Probably, or actually, I mean, I have pretty good size hands, so that's a pretty good size thing to cut down. All right, Joe, we'll leave you to it. Thanks, bud.